Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in Taynan province. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of July 10, the Standing Committee of the Provincial Youth Council held a regular meeting in July to review the preparation and organization of the 14th session of the Provincial Youth Council, the 10th term, and some contents submitted by the Provincial Youth Committee. Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial Youth Council, chaired the meeting. On the side of the Provincial Youth Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial Youth Committee, attended the meeting. Reporting to the Standing Committee of the People's Council at the regular meeting, the professional departments of the Provincial Youth Council said they had thoroughly examined the contents presented at the 14th session of the Provincial Youth Council, which takes place on July 11 and 12. After verification, the draft resolutions submitted by the Provincial Youth Committee were clarified, adjusted, supplemented, and completed before being presented to the meeting. The Standing Committee of the Provincial Youth Council also commented on a number of reports submitted by agencies in the province to the meeting, ensuring that the contents presented at the meeting were tight, complete, and comprehensive. The preparation and organization of the 14th session, the regular mid-year meeting of the Provincial Youth Council, up to this point has been completed closely and thoroughly. The opening sessions, question and answer sessions, and the closing session will be broadcast live on TTV11 channel and its digital infrastructure for people and voters to watch and monitor. At the meeting, the Provincial Youth Committee also presented to the Standing Committee of the Provincial People Council a proposal to develop a resolution stipulating measures to ensure the implementation of grassroots elections in Taynan province and agree on the policy of building resolution. On the afternoon of July 9, Taynan Tourism Association held a meeting to celebrate the 64th anniversary of Vietnam Tourism Day, July 9, 1960, July 9, 2024. Attending the meeting, there were Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, Standing Vice Chairman of Taynan Provincial Youth Committee, Mr. Trần Anh Minh, Director of Taynan Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism. At the meeting, Mr. Ngô Trần Ngọc Quốc, Chairman of Taynan Tourism Association, recalled the tradition and developments and contributions of the tourism industry to the development of Taynan. On July 9, 1960, Mr. Phạm Văn Đồng signed a decision to establish Vietnam Tourism Company, a unit under the Ministry of Foreign Trade at that time. Since then, July 9 every year has been chosen as the traditional day of Vietnam's tourism industry. Over the past years, TayNin Tourism Association has played a good role in promoting TayNin tourism in particular and the country in general, contributing to economic and social development. Ms. Trần Thị Huy Hoàng, Deputy Director of TayNin Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, congratulated the team of businessmen and people working in the tourism industry on the 64th anniversary of the industry traditional day. Determining tourism as a key economic sector, in recent years, TayNin has invested in infrastructure and attracted investment projects in the tourism sector. Monuments, tourist attractions, and tourist accommodation establishments in the province are actually renovating their facilities and services, promoting new tourism products and services, and improving quality of products and services while serving the needs of people and tourists. Accordingly, tourists coming to Taynan not only focus on holidays, but also spread throughout the months of the year. Dear audience, according to the report of the Provincial Youth Committee, among the projects that need land recovery for socio-economic development for national and public benefits, according to the resolution of the Provincial Youth Council, there are still 119 projects that have not been implemented. From 2021 to April 30, 2024, the Provincial Youth Council issued 7 resolutions approving 262 projects with a total area of 1,234 hectares that need land recovery for socio-economic development for national and public benefits in the province. Accordingly, it's implemented 85 projects with an area of 79.44 hectares. Currently, 58 projects with an area of 648.94 hectares are implementing. 119 projects with an area of 505.62 hectares have not been implemented. The Provincial Bills Committee has analyzed the reasons for slow and incomplete projects for 119 projects, specifically registration of land use needs of some industries and fields has not accurately forecast investment capital sources. At the same time, construction investment capital largely depends on the provincial and central budgets, so when there are difficulties in arranging capital, it leads to not being able to carry out works and projects as registered. Some projects have large investment capital. The investor has not yet arranged enough capital in time, so they have to delay implementation. For unrealized projects, the Provincial Bills Committee will direct the Department of Natural Resources and Environment to recite and coordinate with relevant units to review and report on handling a specific project. Turn to other news. On the morning of July 10, the working delegation of the Provincial Military Command, led by Colonel Nguyễn Đình Huân, Deputy Commander, went to Spreading Province, Kingdom of Cambodia, to organize health consultation, medical examination, and provide free medicine to the people and armed forces at this place. During this period, the examination team of the Military Civilian Medical Center under the Ministry of Military Affairs of the province organized consultation, examination, free medicine, and gave gifts to 300 Cambodian Vietnamese households in difficult circumstances, with a total cost of over 120 million Vietnam dong. People-to-people exchange and mutual support activities between TayNinhTV province in general, the province armed forces in particular, and border provinces of the Kingdom of Cambodia in recent times have always been maintained regularly with support of the governments of the two countries, thereby strengthening the good traditional relationship between the two countries and two peoples, building internal and sustainable solidarity and friendship. On the afternoon of July 9, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development organized a seminar to contribute ideas to develop the project, research, cross-breeding, testing, and commercial production of cassava varieties in the province until 2030. The project is implemented on a total area of nearly 240,000 square meters in Phước Ninh, Cam Ranh, Châu district. At the seminar, representatives of relevant departments, branches, and localities commented on the project around issues and difficulties because the province has not had a facility with enough legal entities to produce and supply disease-free cassava varieties, as well as other relevant issues. Concluding the seminar, Mr. Trương Tấn Đạt, Deputy Director of the Provincial Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, requested the Agricultural Extension Center to receive all comments and contributions of the project, continue to complete the project to submit to the competent authorities for approval in the near future. The National Targets Program on Building New Rural Areas has contributed to changing the appearance of rural communes. The provision of basic services has varied. Criteria for clean water and environmental sanitation have improved the quality of life and ensured people's health. Up to now, in TayNinhTV province, there are 79 rural water supply projects, an increase of 2 projects over the same period. TayNinhTV Agricultural and Rural Development Sector regularly monitors operating and repairing the centralized water supply system to serve rural water use needs to ensure prescribed standards. Estimated water revenue in the first quarter of 2024 is 6,788 million Vietnam dong, an increase of nearly 47% over the same period. The estimated rate of clean water loss in 2024 at rural water supply is about 19.4% on average. According to the resolution number 161 of the People's Council of TayNinhTV province on adjusting and supplementing the 2024 public investment plan from the local budget, adjusting the site capital plan of some projects to 24.86 billion Vietnam dong. Accordingly, the province has adjusted the capital plan to increase its allocation to projects from the deduction just mentioned. to projects that have been adjusted and supplemented with capital, including building a safe data warehouse of the province and installing high-tech surveillance camera system at Portuguese. In a solution to speed up the disbursement of public investment capital, the People's Committee of TayNinhTV Province directs investors and project management boards to focus on reviewing capital needs of ongoing projects, promptly propose to competent authorities to adjust the capital plan to effectively promote investment capital and ensure that by the end of the year disbursement reaches 100% of the assigned capital plan. In order to complete the province's socio-economic development goals in 2024 and the period of 2021-2025, in 2024, TayNinhTV focuses on promoting digital transformation in an effective, practical, and positive way, creating a breakthrough in the province's socio-economic development. Accordingly, specific priority targets to implement the theme of digital transformation in 2024, digital economic development with for information technology industry pillars, digitization of economic sectors, digital management. Digital data, important driving force for rapid and sustainable socio-economic development, includes promoting the development of digital technology enterprises operating locally. 60% of businesses in industrial zones and clusters apply digital platforms in management and production to change production and business processes, increase productivity, operational efficiency, and reduce emissions. 40% of adults use online public services. Ladies and gentlemen, based on positive economic growth results in the past 6 months and assumptions about the favorable world economy from now until the end of the year, Vietnam's economy could reach nearly 7% this year. These forecasts were given at the conference Team Vietnam's Economy in the first 6 months and Outlook for the whole year 2024. New driving force for quality growth, which was coordinated to organized by the Central Institute for Economic Management Research, Ministry of Planning and Investment, with the German International Cooperation Organization (GIC) on July 9 in Hanoi. Specifically, experts propose two growth scenarios from now until the end of the year. In the low scenario, GDP growth is forecasted to reach 6.55% in 2024, with the annual average CPI increasing by 4.31%. The higher scenario is that GDP growth is forecasted at 6.95%, and the average CPI for the year increases by 4.12%. With the highest scenario as the second one, in case the world economic context has some more positive changes and growth recovers quickly, investors increase investment in Southeast Asian countries, including Vietnam, supply chain recovery. Investment in digital and green transformation has shown positive changes. Domestically, we are promoting disbursement, absorption of public investment and credit. At the seminar, experts focus on discussing solutions to promote economic growth and at the same time control inflation appropriately in the context of many factors affecting the price level. It emphasized the effective implementation of newly promulgated laws, improving innovation capacity, adapting to the big trends of digital transformation, green transformation, especially improving labor productivity. In the coming period, we will continue to pay attention to factors related to improving productivity, such as improving public and industrial institutions. Businesses must also invest in other industries and link together to increase economic scale. We must review conditions as well as factors affecting Vietnamese labor productivity. In addition, the report of the Central Institute for Management Research also focused on analyzing the current situation of green finance development and nighttime economic development in some large cities in Vietnam. On that basis, many issues need to be addressed as well as policy recommendations for ministries, branches, and localities of Vietnam. The audience on July 9 in Ho Chi Minh City, a seminar on overview of real estate in the last month was held. It emphasized that completing traffic infrastructure projects in localities in the coming time is important leverage, creating conditions for the real estate market to recover quickly. According to experts, key infrastructure projects are being implemented in 2024 such as Long-Tan International Airport, North-South Expressway, urban railways in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, and horizontal highways. The southern province will connect key economic areas that are creating the spread of the real estate market, especially the land, industrial, and resort real estate segments.
Single greatest variable to influence property use, property change, property value. And so infrastructure has the ability to connect, make areas that are not affordable, bring them into the city, into the land use plan. It has fantastic for industrial, for connection.
Many surveys also show strong growth in supply and transactions for the area of Ho Chi Minh City because of the advantages of a large land fund and diverse real estate supply, thanks to benefits from expanded transportation infrastructure projects such as Metro Bến Thành, Suối Tiên Lấy, Long Thành airports. Later, Long-Tan airports will be developed and put into operation. The area will also be the first place in Ho Chi Minh City where we move the fastest. So surely in the future, the area will be one of the areas where customers live and the investors will come to live and buy houses in this area more. To ensure safe and effective investment, proper surveys and assessment are needed in the development of real estate projects associated with the formation of transportation infrastructure in localities. From there, solutions to remote the advantages of infrastructure and the ability to raise capital from land resources after having infrastructure are proposed. Total retail sales of goods and revenue from service industries reached nearly 59,000 billion Vietnam dong, an increase of 11.2% over the same period, of which retail revenue of goods is estimated at over 46,000 billion Vietnam dong, up 11.3% over the same period. Increased purchasing power, especially in tourist spending, helped roll up the service sector in the first segments of the province, increased by 7.09%. This pace has increased very well compared to previous periods. As of 2023, this area only increased by 6.09%. Some goods of food group are relatively stable. The fuel, energy, sugar, and animal feed crops fluctuated slightly due to the influence of the world markets. Inspection and supervision of the commodity market has been strengthened, strictly handled as upholding goods, unreasonable price increases, trading in fake and counterfeit goods, and goods that do not ensure quality. Outstanding in the service area in the first segments are tourist areas and destinations in Tay Ninh that welcome reports from million visitors, reaching nearly 62% of the plan. Total tourism revenue is estimated at 1,845 billion Vietnam dong, reaching over 80% of the plan, an increase of over 34% over the same period. In recent times, destinations have been communicated very effectively to create new products for businesses exploiting Tay Ninh, and businesses have built products suitable for the market and their strategies. This is a good sign from the spread of tourist spending. Clean items in the area, such as tourist areas and specialty items of the province, has potential, increasing purchasing power, helping total retail sales of goods in the area to grow higher than the same period, as well as higher than 2023. Strong role of the service sector in the first segment is the driving force for Tay Ninh to maintain the development of service industries in the last segments. From now until the end of the year, Tay Ninh will focus on building and implementing a plan to stabilize prices of essential goods for production and life, especially during holidays and dates, expand stable sales points, support businesses in organizing mobile sales trips to rural areas, industrial parks, export processing zones, and remote areas. That's all for TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.